Hi and welcome to the video picture-in-picture commentary for episode 2 of Limmy's Show. Welcome to Limmy's Show. This has happened to me quite. This whole thinking that somebody is looking at you and staring them out has happened to me quite a few times. Plenty of times it's happened. I've been sitting in a bar, kind of restaurant, just a place like that, and I've looked across and there's been some guy just like that, looking just at me like that. Some guy just staring at us. Am I? Is he looking at? Or maybe he was staring. I do look away, then look back and he's still looking at me, and I'm like, and I just like stare him out, and he doesn't look away, and I'm like, what? He was definitely looking at me. And I look behind me and there is a menu or a telly or something like that. I mean, see now that because you can maybe spot my face because I've maybe been in the telly or something like that, then now I would just think, or somebody's looking at me because they're laughing. I mean, is that him that was on the telly? But before all that, I would go like, he's still looking at me. He's still at me. You'll never get aggressive or anything like that. Just, you can't just stare at somebody. So now, it's actually made it good that I've went. I've been on the telly, because now if there was somebody who was just trying to look at me, then I can say, oh, that's because it's on the telly. That's what that'll be. Wave at them or something like, go well and say, hi, do you want to speak to me? Caught sneaking back for another wee look. Yeah, that's me made a connection with the guy now. But that whole making eye contact with somebody accidentally, like on a train or something like that, I've got a wee thing with that. I sometimes can't help it. Like on a train, I make eye contact with somebody and they look at me and then we look away, and I've just got this addiction, this need to just have another wee look just to see if they're looking. And I look and I make eye contact with them again just at the same time. I'm like, oh no, now we've got this connection, and then you just can't look that way, and they know that you're dying to look at them, and you know that they're like thinking about you, and you look back and they're not looking at you anymore, and you go, right, so now you know that they're normal and you're the weird one, and then they look up and they catch you looking and you're like, oh yeah. I think I've actually been caught looking at somebody, you know, on a train outside, if you go through a tunnel it's dark so you can see the inside like it's a mirror, like the glass is a mirror. I've actually tried looking at somebody that way in the reflection, and they've spotted me doing that and all, and that is very, very, very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Horrific. On a train and all, because you can't get off. Sorry, false alarm. There's Jacqueline going for her job interview in the dry cleaners.
Your CV, but you don't seem to have any experience.
That was just by accident, that dry cleaners thing. I just picked somewhere where she could go for a job interview, and it didn't occur to me until a wee bit later. Wait a minute, getting dry, cleaners, getting clean. So by accident I made it a pure contrived sounding joke, purely by accident. You can see Raymond there, he feels for me. Raymond there, I can tell when he's looking, look at the acting. That's no acting, that's actually feeling. Raymond is actually forgetting that I'm Brian Limond. He's thinking right here that I'm Jacqueline McCafferty. Raymond has acted himself into the ability to think that I'm no actually her.
That's me working for two. I need this job, mate. I want this job. I'm working for two now, do you know what I mean?
I should have had tears. I can't agree. You know, I'd like to be able to kind of act that way, you know, people who can just switch on the tears. I can't do it because I just don't agree. I'm quite an unfeeling person. No, I can't agree. I can't agree. I can sort of greet for myself, sort of feeling sorry for myself, do that, but I don't greet for other people, just only for myself.
I'd like to offer you the job.
I mean, look at Raymond there, he's practically got tears in his eyes at this heartfelt wee scene.
Too right, mate. That's brilliant news. What a start of the weekend, eh?
Good excuse.
Jacqueline McCafferty. Quite a lot of, I've had guys on Facebook and all that saying things like, Would you?
Starting Monday.
You would though, wouldn't you? Talking about Jacqueline McCafferty. Would you?
Did you just say to me?
And
What's wrong?
The fuck you on about what's wrong?
I think I make a pretty good looking woman.
You getting clean, pure, open up my heart to you.
Attitude. Because it's not about
Again this weekend,
um,
get your jolty fuck.
conventional beauty, it's about attitude. And she's got that in bucket loads, isn't she?
Stay. These are dirty.
American forces in Afghanistan.
One of my pet hates.
The most intense fire since the beginning.
Newsreaders
in a town
pronouncing things
from Kabul.
in a different way for normal. I actually hate it when anybody pronounces anything. You know, like,
Kabul.
what they do, and I'm not talking about newsreaders, I'm just talking about people, what they do is they get you used to saying something a certain way,
See over there.
and then they go and change it. For years it is
This.
Adidas.
The
For years it was Nike.
box and a crucial
That's what it was. And then once I'm used to it, once that's what's in my head, they change it to Adidas and Nike. And then if you say Nike, you're the idiot. If you say Adidas, you're the idiot. I'm sick of it.
World Trade Center attacks in New York. Or a fire has broke out on a North Sea oil rig just off the coast of
Shetland!
The Shetland Islands up there in Shetland.
Up there in Shetland! I'll try and make this a better video commentary than me just repeating
Only do it for play.
the dialogue. I'll just mime it, alright. The limmy'sshow theme there. To every reason to look smug. Fantastic performance.
Imagine getting knocked down by an ambulance.
Everybody's thought this at one time. Everybody's thought this. Watch this, look. Boom, and then under the tyres. Because we thought we'd have to do it about 3 times. No, whack under the tyres.
Every day in my school, there's always some class getting.
See this
In every
this
class,
gym here.
There's always somebody who's forgot their trainers.
This is based on my old gym in Carmodrick Primary. They used to divide it in 2. And they used to have the flare boards and everything, and if you came in with no trainers, it'd make you run about in your bare feet. Just horrible. You'd sometimes have the gym,
The higher the risk, the
sometimes get gym in the morning, and you wouldn't have your trainers and these kind of black slip-on ones, you wouldn't have them, and you'd run about in your bare feet and they would get all minging, and that feeling of that cold flare boards in the morning, just horrible. Best days of your life, nothing. Right, sorry, I'm getting a bit moany here. I'll try and cheer up here. It's
I've only got one
Carmodrick Primary, best days of my
I
life.
shouted first. Colin was like, aye, but I got to him first. I was like, look lads, I've got an idea. Take a trainer each.
They don't sell them anymore, don't they? No, they black
I says no.
slip-ons.
Split the hall into 2, didn't they? Use it in 2 different.
There's a nickname. We had a nickname for them, but I don't know if I want to say it because I don't know if it's one of these things that have now become
That'll wear soaps.
on PC. But I don't think it is.
Same with Mrs. Ferguson.
But I'm not going to say it just in case. I don't think it is, but I'm not going to say it. But now me not saying it, you're going to imagine it is something that's out of order, but it's no.
Ability.
What are they called?
They were like, worth a try.
I think they were called. We used to call them in primary school a pair of black meringues.
40% return.
They slip-on ones, a pair of black meringues. But I don't know what meringues is. So you could be watching it going, I can't believe he just said that, but I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are, but knowing the youngsters, it probably was something
God.
racist, and I've just completely just said it. So apologies if that is out of order, but I mean,
Later. There's
meringues. It's maybe maracas,
and I get
and
something
I
slapped in my shoulder.
misheard it, but I mean, they don't look like maracas.
Calling me pure skulls on their faces. They were like that. We want our money back. It didn't work. I was like that. Aye, it did. They were like that. No, it didn't.
There was a guy in my school
Hold in a classroom.
who used to slag off. I don't know if we had a nickname for him, but when he took his trainers off, that he would forget his trainers a lot, or he didn't have trainers, and you could see these black sort of marks down the back of his
Can you explain what it is?
heel, because he didn't really wash much. I think we called him a soap dodger. I think we might have had a nickname for him, but you could just see his ground in dirty marks in the back of his feet. Not because he's running about in the ground, but just because he didn't wash, didn't have baths or showers, not. And nowadays you would go like, that's terrible, that person's obviously not getting looked after by their family. But back then you just go like, soap dodger.
Chucked the money on the deck, told them not to come back, and they were like that.
Imagine I said his name.
So what?
Imagine I said the guy's name.
They're not
You're
getting
humiliated them,
for
but
the rest of their lives. No honours in any fights. No dragging them out of the
that's meant to be a high five. They're meant to be high fiving there, but after I did it, I don't think it looks like it. Just looks like they're kind of sticking up like a horn that's just like a a fin or something like that that glows. But they're meant to be high-fiving, but it's not me that made the mistake, it was wee Gary, because it's his drawings. Right ta here. This used to happen to me, the place I used to work, this used to happen to me quite a lot, in the train station, exhibition centre, Glasgow Exhibition Centre, train station. I would get off the train and that would happen. I would get off the train, there'd be somebody miles away from me, and they'd go to open the door and they would wait for me to get to the door, and they had to open wait, and I'd have to run. I'd have to run like I'm running there to go and get the door, and I'm like, you've not done me a favour. I'm having to go out of my way here to, I'm having to run. You're making me run. It's first thing in the morning. It's like 8:30 in the morning. You're making me run for the door. Just let me get to myself. And I used to come off the train sometimes and know that somebody was going to do it and had the door open, the door into the station. And I would stop. Once I did actually stop, I came off the train, I looked down at my phone to go like that, I didn't look at the person, I thought, look, I'm looking at my phone here, I could be here for 5-10 minutes, forget about me, go and get on with your life, just do it yourself. And I looked up, no joking, looking at my phone for about 10 seconds, looked up and the person was still holding the door for me. They were miles away. Some people have watched this and they think this is just some kind of random, meaningless thing. Let's Dance with the Elephant Man. I think, see if you've seen the Elephant Man, the film, he sounds like David Bowie singing that bit. The Elephant Man goes like that. Do I look nice? Do I look nice in this? He speaks like that, John Hurt, innit? And David Bowie sounds like, look into my eyes. And the Elephant Man says, do I look nice in this?
That's what they say.
But I don't think people made the connection. They think I'm just going like that. I want to do the Elephant Man dancing to Let's Dance by David Bowie, just for no reason, but...
They want to save the planet.
But if that's your interpretation of it, go ahead, man.
Future generations into it. But what if I hate them?
Saving the planet. I don't really believe this, what I'm saying, but sometimes I do. I just think, why should we save the planet for people 500 years from now? Who knows what their values will be? People go like that, like say, like, I'm proud to be Scottish or something. I'm dead proud to be Scottish or heritage. People that fought and won some war about 500 years ago. Did you ever meet the people 500 years ago? I bet they were scumbags. I bet their opinions on things, you'd be like, I don't like him. So people 500 years ago, people 500 years fame now, who cares, man? Wreck the place. I don't really believe that. I'm a good person, I care. I don't, the poly bags and all that, the poly bags thing. Do you want a bag with that? I go, nah. I do actually do that. So I'm a hypocrite.
On our behalf by destroying it.
I'm pretending to be a bad person, but I'm actually a good person, but I'm the worst kind of bad person, and I'm pretending to be a bad person. That's worse than being a good or bad person.
We'll have lived on.
Would you agree?
Through dear old Mother Earth. So cheer up. It's not the end of the world.
Not the end of the world. Do.
Severe floods in North Wales have
Here's another one my pet hates.
people homeless.
There's a particular newsreader who does this. Can't remember her name. She's on the BBC News, and she does that all the time. She just shakes her head all the time. She's like with her hands all the time. This is terrible, just in case you don't know. This is terrible news.
People homeless.
Just the facts. I just want the facts with no emotion. I'll decide if it's bad. Maybe I want that disaster to happen. Maybe I wanted that to happen. I'll decide.
Bad news.
Sorry to interrupt the show, folks. I've got an idea. So we trick we can play on all the folks no watching the show tonight, right? What it is see when you're out and about, see if you see a stone on the ground.
Oh, this is the one I'm talking about, drawing lines on the ground.
Draw an arrow.
Some people have told me, they have taken photos and sent me, go, look, I saw one of the lines drawn on the ground, but
Another arrow on the ground.
like somebody's drawn a line, but you kind of see lines drawn on the ground now and again. Anyway,
Somebody else's.
I sound pure dead unappreciative of people sending me things. Somebody
Send these bastards.
sent me a picture of this and somebody sent me that and I'm like, I don't think so actually somehow. But no, a few people have said, look, here's a line drawn in Kelvin Grove Park, but They do that anyway, you know, because they kind of jog around the park. But I just say to them, no way, man. I sound pure sarcastic bastard, don't I? No, I appreciate you sending me photos of that. See if there's anybody, if there's a photo of an arrow you see anywhere, I want you to send me it. I need it. Omar there.
You'll never catch me.
I'm your worstest nightmare. Sexy. Nobody could see when I was wearing all that, the tight denims and all that, the tight top. Nobody could take their eyes off me, man. Couldn't take their eyes off me. It was embarrassing. You know, I think I was talking about the reflection, the train.
Imagine it.
I was kind of doing that. I was sort of looking away and seeing something with a reflection that I thought that I knew that they weren't looking at, and I was seeing them all looking at me.
I will come here.
Felt good. So this is Kenny Atkinson. I can't remember how I first found out about him either. Somebody, I think my girlfriend Lynn said, oh my god, you've got to see this guy. And see, when I saw him, I was like, what? And there's certain times I look at Kenny Atkinson and I'm like, yeah, he doesn't actually look too much like me. And there's other times I see him, I'm like, what? The kind of, no eyebrows, brows sloping down at the side, kind of receding hairline, gingery. Kenny Atkinson. He actually got in touch with me on Twitter once, and his wife. Because obviously they heard about this because I had to get his permission to put this on and all that. I thought, that's mad. That must be mad for his wife. There's another person that looks just like him and all that. It was mad for me, but don't know. You just don't think anybody... When you look a bit weird, when you don't look normal, which I don't think I do, when you see somebody else that looks like you, you're like, it's not right. You don't know if you should like them or actually try to kill them. You know, that kind of two people shouldn't be occupying the same space at the same time because they wipe each other out. That sketch there is about a kind of fortune teller that's scared of a card saying, "limmy'sshow."
In the 70s, you had your Alsatian, you know, your German Shepherd. And in the 80s, you had your Doberman. You know, your Doberman Pinscher. In the late 80s and 90s, you had your Rottweiler.
Rottweiler. You know, he says Rottweiler instead of Rottweiler.
Terrier.
That's not how I say it, Rottweiler. I think some old guy when I was wee used to pronounce, maybe the guy downstairs face used to pronounce
So what the
Rottweiler as Rottweiler.
was a while
And I hated it.
you remember this.
So I've stuck it in that to kind of irritate myself. I think I had to say to Raymond,
He said,
pronounce it Rottweiler.
if yous breed...
And some other people would say, he just said Rottweiler there. No, just,
breed
no, that's the way I want it. As if that's the way I say. I don't say Rottweiler.
Are you sure about that?
I might start saying that actually to bug people.
See, after a moment's thought,
Big Rottweiler.
back down. Because they knew they could ban...
Doberman Pinscher, big Rottweiler.
There is. They couldn't ban dogs.
I think I'm getting a dog. What kind?
Because
I think I'm getting a Rottweiler.
would end up to
No, sure, I might get a Rottweiler.
is they would swap out their
A what?
dogs
A Rottweiler.
for a breed
A
of
Rottweiler. Weiler.
a breed of dog.
I think I'm getting a Rottweiler.
The wolf. Picture one of these swine.
The wolf. There's actually pictures online of guys who actually have coyotes. No coyotes, what are they called? Hyenas. Hyenas as pets. No hyenas, they're just like twice the size of a dog. Just tear you limb for limb. Have them as pets, keep them big chains and all that. Take a look, search.
Computer.
Search for
Instances of
hyenas as pets. You won't believe your eyes. Keep baboons as pets and all.
Instances worldwide.
These mad gangs in Africa, they walk about with the things on the chains. You have to see it.
Selected.
on screen.
Supercomputer. I had to change this. We had to check. We filmed two versions of this. There's one version. See, the main guy that gets his trousers pulled down and pulled up and pulled down. His name's Sean. Him in the middle there. But the thing is, see, because I think maybe because he was under 16 at the time, See, the trousers get pulled up and down and up and down and up and down. They're meant to be like, tearing me pieces. And when he's lying on the ground later on in this, we filmed one version, he's got blood in his boxers, as if we've just demolished his genitals. See, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that, but we had blood all in his boxers. But then we had to film another version because you kind of not really allowed that to show like a
Computer activate microphone.
underage
Activated.
or with blood wearing him. He was alright with it.
Pull up your trousers.
So just picture that right there with blood wearing it. Fogging of glory scroll down the bottom there.
You're watching.
Can't remember what I originally called it. I think I had it as Hall of Glory or something like that, and then I came up with Glory Scroll, and I thought that's funny. That sounds like Glory Hole. That's a wee bit childish, but I thought I'll keep it as that.
To begin your quest.
No, I'm no ped, you're ped.
What
You can see down the bottom left there. Calls cost £1 per minute. Very, very faint, so that you don't know.
Have you been on Adventure Call before?
So this sketch is sort of based on me in a way that
Stu,
I thought,
greetings. Greetings.
when I had the pilot,
Aye, on you go.
people
Say hello, really.
people from my past emailed us, having spotted us in the telly. I've not seen us for about 20 years. Maybe I'm just some guy that went to primary school, or some guy that went to secondary school. And I went, wait a minute. I know him. So people go in touch, like,
Ped up to nowadays. It says you're on the telly.
what are you doing on the telly, you madman? They do that because I used to be a bit half minute.
Anyway, you're maddie.
There is a. To your east.
Like I used to, all kind of virgin and completely gone off my nut and all that, but managed to pull it back
It's okay, traveller. But
enough to do this. People who maybe remember us from maybe Millport days,
have you not?
even though I was generally a good boy,
Hello, Stacey says.
they'd maybe go like, what?
Right, all the best, Ped. I'll maybe catch up with you later, right? Maybe if you head
Stacey?
down to the horse.
Stacey, that I used to.
Aye, Stacey. I told her we
You'll see the names down the bottom right. I've changed quite a few times in all the wee episodes. Total prick,
Aye,
you sad man, and idiot face.
Are you seeing Stacey as? Is she your travelling partner, if you like?
No, I'm not going out with her, mate.
That's a horrible feeling, it. Nah, I just shagged her on the Wednesdays. There was this lassie I think I fancied in first year in secondary school,
I see.
and I fancied her. I thought she was dead nice,
Aye, batter in, just
and I never actually got anywhere, but she wasn't interested in us. But I thought she was dead nice and all that. I really liked her. And then this kind of minging sort of guy went, oh aye, her aye, I got off with her in primary school. Aye, she's a pure moaner. And I heartbroken, man. He's like, aye, when she gets off you like, she pure goes, I was thinking about this minging guy with this object of my affection, and a horrible feeling. Horrible feeling. See, if you rewind this, I just missed that there, but if you rewind that, you'll see the woman down the bottom right of that gets a genuine, actual fright of her life.
Recovery could take longer
An
than,
actual real one.
and that government borrowing may increase in years to come. Did you see what I did there? When I
There's a guy in the BBC. There's a woman in the BBC that does all that all the time.
paper, didn't I?
But there's a guy on the BBC.
It was a quote,
He does that looking down at the bit of paper all the time.
and it said,
You know the way you go like that. I don't know. Get his that kind of thing. He just does that.
could take
He just, sometimes doesn't even read it. He can't. The way he looks down, he hasn't even got the time to read the paper. He just goes like that. The Prime Minister said that he is devastated. And
for
like, what are you doing?
longer.
When have we ever agreed that the symbol for the sign how you show that you're quoting is to look down at a bit of paper? You do that, and nobody even does that. People kind of slag people off for doing that. You don't look at a big, go do that. Or even just say, the Prime Minister said he is devastated. That's it, you don't need to go like that. Devastated. Devastated. I'm like, sorry, timing lifts.
Aye.
You and one other person. You and another person in a lift, both pretending that you're only thinking about each other, looking at your fingernails, looking at your phone, both pretending you're not thinking about you're in a close, confined space with another human. And anything can happen.
People think that makes your head go to pot. But I spot things
This used to be me,
about things that other people haven't got the time.
up all night.
Like,
Up all night. I think this actually happened once. I was watching one of these compilation
morning.
things for 80s stuff. It might have been in the 80s. I have the feeling it was back when America's Top 10 and Hitman and her were on. Might have been back in the 80s. But they used to have all these adverts for, well, that kind of
It had the name
thing there. And I do remember spotting, I'm sure I spotted one, where the text that came up that was highlighted didn't match the video. And they did it for the rest of it. And I spotted it. That's how much I was just doing nothing. With my life, just sleeping and then getting up at 2 in the morning and then watching some advert. And then I think on Friday I would say to Paul, did you get your hair dyed? Did you say you're getting your hair dyed? No. And then the next thing I would say is, oh, you had to see this advert. You had to see this advert. The highlighted text didn't match up with the video. I mean, idiots, isn't they? And my pals at that time had jobs. One was doing printing, one was working in a pub, and I'm just doing nothing. My head going to pot.
Here I go again.
That was my weekend gossip.
That wasn't right, I know. Cool.
Friday night,
That's what comes up.
what a week I've had. Thursday night, 2 o'clock in the morning, I saw this advert.
While I was like
Deary me. Deary me. See, that's what I'm talking about, like with Falconhoof, you know, people maybe spotting us and going, wait a minute,
that. Sure, I yarn her.
him?
No.
I know him, what's he doing in the telly?
People
Because maybe remember, that's the guy who would ask you
branded
if you're getting your hair dyed. Did you not say you're getting your hair dyed? And I saw this advert and 2 o'clock in the morning Wednesday, and the yellow text was,
Do you want to go faster? Then scream!
anytime I think of the motorbikes and the shows, they kind of things, I always think of that song, because they used to play that a lot in the 80s. Keep feeling fascination by the Human League.
I'd like to move on now and talk about...
Get on the outside, the left side's the fast side.
At the age of 19,
There's still a few cars left, so jump on for Roy.
a very young age to take on such a prominent role, usually reserved for actors of around twice the age. I mean, that must
I play a total...
for you.
I think I play a total fanny very well. Playing Hamlet, it was generally regarded as a role for 30-year-olds. Stuart Havish, but Stuart Havish of the Windsor, just where they get this stupid name from. I haven't looked back since, so it's I've got the idea for this because I think, you know, you get people who go like it's these people who just love the sound of their own voice. I've got a cheat doing his video commentary and saying that, but it's and I did notice it actually sounds like they're saying tits. Tits.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show.
What you're about to see here is a genuine origami Pac-Man. This is real. I made this. That's real. I got taught how to make that by a group of lassies on a train going from Largs to Glasgow coming back from Millport once. They just made it out of their ticket. And one of them turned around like that, snap. I was like, how'd you do that? And it showed me. And it showed me again. And 10 years later, there it is at the end of that. It's real. If you ever see me out and about, come up to us, give us a flyer, and I'll do it. See ya. Bye.